the most patriotic move. So if you don't love America, fuck you. Don't do this move. Never sweep your opponents. I don't care. Right. So it's going to be the setup is going to be off of an underhook and an overhook. Right. So I'm basically we're going to get to this shoulder crunch position, but I'm going to start basically like here. This is what I want. So the number one way that I like to get here is when I get flattened out. Right. So a lot of times, like when you're here, they like to collar tie you, which is fucking perfect. Right. That's exact because I can punch an underhook now. Right. Or whatever, like say I get here, they're flattening me out, and she has her hands on the ground, like this is the perfect opportunity. She's around my head, I have this move, right? Or sometimes they're like, I'll elevate them so to get her hands to the mat. Like she could be here, sometimes I'll bump them up here, just so her hands are on the mat. Now look, I can reach up, I can grab on them. So that's what this all starts with, butterfly hooks, and then me grabbing around the head and knee. So we're gonna do a weird grip that everybody's gonna be like, what? So you're not going to grab with we're not going to gable with our hands, we're going to gable with our wrists, right? So I'm not using my thumbs, I'm just grabbing my wrists together and just like a dove, right? But I want the underhook hand to be the deepest hand, right? So this hand is going to go high around the body. So I'm always trying to keep my elbow above her shoulder, right? If there's like a line across her back, I need to be here, just like this. So now when I grab on like this, look, now I'm going to reset the position just like we were. I'm going to lift, push her away, and I'm here. So now look at how everything has changed now. Now her arm is like compromised. She's probably thinking I'm going to arm lock her, right? So the only way that she's going to be able to get this arm out is if she can bring her head over the top of my head, right? And then boom, she can slip it out. So all I have to do is block her head from coming in line with me, and she'll never get her arm free, right? But the minute her face comes over mine, then her arm comes out. So you got to remember that. Elbow stays high. Wrist to wrist, right? This wrist faces that way, this wrist faces me. I grip, I clamp down like this. Right? Okay. So once you're able to get here, the way we sweep is we have to clear her head first. So I like to put a lot of torque, like I like to crunch down on the arm, like I'm holding the phone in the 80s. And I pull my arm over her head, and then I bite down right here. Right, so I've got my forearm in her face. I'm squeezing her shoulder into my chest. But look at this left elbow is always high. The minute this left elbow comes down, she's out. So this left elbow has to stay high at all times. Right? Now it doesn't matter what she does. She wants to drive forward into me. I lift her face up. She goes. She wants to pull away from me. I scoot under her. She goes. Strongest sweep of all time. It's my favorite thing to do to guys that are much larger than me. It's just a great way to control people and like really send them loose. So you gotta also be careful when you throw them because your forearm's gonna be under their chin. And if you keep this pressure as you follow over, sometimes what happens is their head hits the ground with your elbow. Does that make sense? If it's a tournament, yeah, do that for sure. Like make them be like, go back to their coach and go, what did you teach me? Oh, here. Squeeze everything tight. Left elbow is high always. Reset. Right? Keep this pressure like this. Don't let their head realign. Clear the head here. I'm still maintaining that wrist to wrist grip. Left elbow is high. There's no way she could pull her arm out right now. Right? Bring her back into you. Lift her head. Hold down on your left elbow. Send them right over. It's cool too when you're here and you're like, they try to bring that hand across your face. Bring it.
No.
Not that I condone Americanas. Let them flatten out, it's fine. Catch. Grip, grip. Left elbow's high. Here. Right there. Does that make sense?